Many people ask me, why do I always make the wrong decisions? Do you sometimes feel, oh, I wish I had made a different decision? Well, decision making is a complex process which not only involves the external environment but also our inner thoughts and emotions. Our brain then processes all the information, gathers more data, evaluates the options before a decision is made. Now, we all fall on a spectrum of decision making styles. Now, whether we call ourselves logical or methodical or instinctual, ultimately the same processes are happening in the brain. Our emotions and experiences play a significant role in our decision making. We tend to decide quickly when we are excited, whereas if we are feeling low in mood, often we don't care and we make slower decisions. Emotions like anger or past traumas, they strongly influence our decisions. And interestingly, they can also impact on how others respond to us. Can you think of a situation for you when you have felt that because you were angry, others were irritated? Our decisions are often based on our desired outcomes and context of the situation, but most importantly, they rely on the information available to us. Now, this information is filtered through our unique perceptions and our past experiences, which we can consider through our mind lens or the prism through which we view the world. Our preferences and biases are shaped by which aspects of the information we find necessary. Well, what I mean here is that often we interpret the information from the angle that most suits us. Now, has it ever happened to you that you've set your mind on buying something and therefore the brain tries to look for reasons why this would be beneficial and ignore the opposite view? So, remember, good decisions are made when we have a multi-dimensional view of an experience. Having said that, in most cases, there is no good or bad decision. We can only make decisions based on the information available at any particular point in time and our view from the mind lens at that particular point in time. The external terrain may change and the decision may not remain a good one in the longer term. But at that point in time, it was the right call probably based on the information available. So self-criticism is not helpful. The best thing we can do is to understand our own decision-making styles and make decisions from a balanced perspective with as much information as possible. Get a second opinion to be devil's advocate in some situations is also helpful. Here are some top tips for making good decisions. Understand the issue. Grasp what the decision is about and gather as much information as possible. Keep an open mind. Emotions like anger, anxiety, or crisis can narrow our perspective. So give yourself a broader perspective, give yourself time so that the intense emotions calm down and you can have a more balanced perspective. Evaluate your choices. Be aware of your mind lens. Recognize your own preferences and biases that may influence your decisions. Also, be mindful of whether you're impulsive or an overthinker. If you feel that you always make the wrong decisions, here are some top tips. First is self-awareness. Understand your values and what truly matters to you, because ultimately, even without realizing, we all lean towards our values. Secondly, learn to embrace failure. Accept that failure is part of the learning process and don't let fear hold you back. Thirdly, slow down. Avoid impulsive decisions by taking your time to gather information and consider your options. Number 4, challenge your confirmation biases. What I mean is seek different perspectives, question your assumptions. A good friend or family member could be helpful in this situation. Next, find balance. Avoid overthinking by setting reasonable time limits for decision making. Otherwise, you can keep on thinking about the decision. Next, set boundaries. Learn to say no to external influences that don't align with your values. So, there you have it. By understanding the complexities of decision making, being aware of your tendencies, and following these strategies, you can improve the quality of your decisions and move towards more successful outcomes. Remember, everyone makes mistakes, but with the right approach, you can make better decisions in the future. I want you to do this exercise today. Choose a decision that you want to make. It could be a personal or professional choice, big or small, Doesn't matter, any decision. Now take a piece of paper and create 2 columns. Draw a line down the center of your paper. One column needs to be pros and the other is cons. List the pros to begin with. Think about each decision on options, benefits, or positive outcomes. Be thorough and specific. Then move to the cons column and consider the drawbacks, risks, and negative points of this decision. Be detailed. Assign weights. Assign weights to each of the pros and each of the cons. You can use a scale like 1 to 5. Whatever helps you prioritize what's most important, and then evaluate and compare. By having a numerical representation, you can know the advantages and disadvantages in numbers. Make sure you follow your intuition as well. While the pros and cons are essential, your gut feeling about a decision is equally important. And then finally make a decision based on the pros, cons, and your intuition. If any of the pros stands out, then you know the answer. Take a moment to reflect on your decision. Do you have any reservations? Are there any additional factors to account for? This exercise should help you break down your decision into manageable components and provides a structured way to evaluate your options. It can be beneficial for complex decisions with many factors that you might need to consider. By assigning weights to the pros and cons, you can make a more informed and balanced choice. So, if you have learned something useful, like it, share it, tell it. Tell it to all the people you know. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. The more subscribers I have, the more creative I can be, because YouTube will allow me more creative options. Thank you for watching.